Testing, 1 2 1 2. Hey, how's it going? Lovely stuff, good. So first of all, I just want to give out the little safety notice just before we start. In case of an emergency, there's life jackets for adults on the top deck, underneath all your seats. So you lift the tops of your seats, there'll be life jackets for adults there. For kids, there's life jackets on the back of the boat, on the right hand side. It's in the compartment labelled life jackets, not the compartments labelled toilets. That's the other emergency. As well as a bar downstairs, so if you want to get yourself an emergency pint or emergency anything like that, go on ahead. And yeah, I'm going to be telling you a couple of cool facts about Kinsale, and hopefully we can. I don't want to over give you loads of facts. I'm just going to tell you just the kind of the most important stuff, because Kinsale's a very cool place. Lots of cool stuff's happened here. I usually like to get to know people where you come from and start based on that. So we have 2 guys from Dublin here and slash Limerick. No, say Kenny. Right, my bad. Italy. Whereabouts in Italy are you guys come from? Oh, north. Yes. Very good. Nice one. Very good. Yourselves? UK. Whereabouts in UK? Beautiful. Leicestershire. Very good. I had a group from Leicestershire 3 trips ago, probably, and they were lovely. Okay. The pressure's on. And yourselves?
Say hello.
Belfast. Lovely stuff. Are you going to be down here for a while? Lovely stuff. You know, I was in Belfast there recently for a maritime festival where there's lots of tall ships. They had a little
Tall ship, oh yes, tall ship in Belfast.
Titanic that they drove around, and it didn't sink, which is good. Yeah. Okay. Yourselves? Oh, never heard that. Where's that? England. And where's Hampshire? Geographically? Oh, lovely stuff. Okay. And where's that? Yeah, geographically.
Have you ever been to the race?
No. Southeast. Oh, nice. Well, you know what? Actually, I'll start my tour on that. So, southeast of England, you guys come from. Let's see these houses here, guys. Do you see these houses here? They have slate roofs, but also the walls are made out of slate. Anyone from Ireland, can you tell me, do you see that in Ireland much? To do with the rain, so the rain will wash down it and it'll stop the actual house from getting damp on the inside. It kind of washes off. No, but that's a style of architecture, and where it comes from is Wales. If you ever go to Wales and you go to the north of Scotland, you'll see that type of architecture everywhere. But it only exists really in Kinsale. So some people see it every now and again outside of Kinsale in Ireland, but generally speaking, you don't really see this style. I'm going to point out a few more times to see that type of architecture.
It's like house.
Do you see the windows as well?
Yeah.
You can tell what era of architecture it is by those windows. Can anybody tell me what era of architecture they are? Georgian! Well done. What's your name? James, well done. 5 points. We're going to do a little game as well for a chocolate bar for all those who are keen. Yeah. If you like chocolate. So you're in the win, George. Sorry. James. Okay, George and James. George and James. Could you explain how you can tell it's a Georgian building?
Just very small windows. I think mainly people to keep the heat in because they didn't have very good heating systems back in those days.
Well, I never heard that one as well. But I say another way you can tell, and yes, it's in line with that. The biggest windows will be at the bottom, and then they'll get smaller and smaller and smaller. If you go to Dublin, in Dublin City, and you see all the old Georgian buildings in Dublin City, you'll see that same style. No matter how many stories it has, it'll always go by that rule. The biggest windows at the bottom, and they'll get smaller as they go up. That's because the servants live at the top with the least amount of light, and they're trying to use the windows to they're trying to get as much light as they can for our servers. And I guess as well, also try to conserve heat. Do you ever know in Dublin where there's a thing called the window tax, where they put bricks up in all the windows because they want to cost. The more windows you have, that means you have more money. So if you brick up if your house has more windows, you're going to get higher tax. So people started getting around this problem by bricking up all their windows. So they got to a point where they had no windows. They just lived in big brick houses. And that's where this term, do you ever hear this term? Daylight robbery. That's where it comes from. There you go. See this walkway here, guys? Hey, how's it going? This is called the silly walk.
A silly walk.
I know. Yeah.
Silly walk.
What a silly old walk. And it's a really enjoyable walk. Has anyone done it yet?
No.
You guys have done it. How long did it take us? A second? 40 minutes.
Yes.
Nice.
5 minutes.
Very good, very good. Takes me about 2 hours, roughly. I like to stop on the little spots. Did you go to the Spaniard pub?
No.
I say again? No, okay. It's a good restaurant. I highly recommend it. It has a good seafood chowder and
Oh, the seafood chowder thing.
But there's a reason why it's called a Spaniard pub. Does anybody know the history of why it might be called the Spaniard pub? No? Will I tell you? So, okay, sorry about that. It comes from the Spanish. Hey, you didn't know. Well done.
Spanish.
5 points.
Spanish.
Can you tell me anything else about the Spanish Armada? Okay. Any more guesses for another 5 points? Say again? Invasion? I'll give you a let's hear it. Yeah, minus 2 points.
You enjoy the boat ride?
Sorry. So, in Kinsale, this is really, really important. Interesting bit of history. Here in Kinsale, in that town, is where the final battle happened for Irish sovereignty. This place, in the year 1601, was where Ireland went from, and it could have gone one way or the other. In the year 16, let's go to picture. Ireland looked very, very different. Look at how it's called the clan system. Similar to what you'd see in Scotland. And the clan system basically meant there were loads of little mini kingdoms all over Ireland. Battle each other, sometimes they wouldn't have peace and fight. But generally speaking, there was a High King as well. So it was kind of loosely ruled. And let's say if someone about your age, if you want to prove yourself, if you want to do a rite of passage, what you do is you would go. Would you want to be considered like an adult?
Yeah,
This is what you do. And tell me now if you'd be up for this. You'd have to go to the far valley. You'd have to go and wait on a full moon and when it's night time, so that you can see out. You can see away, but you can sneak around. And then you're going to go into the far valley and you're going to get into the cows' fields where all the cattle are, and you're going to raid the cattle. You're going to drive them back into your lands. And if you successfully do that, you're considered
You're adult.
a man. Would you do that?
You want to do it, huh?
No. I think that's a yes. I'll help you.
So he's going to help you to bring the cow back to the land.
See here on the left. This is called. See that building? That's called the Golden Boat. And it's a lovely, lovely spot. Great place for a pint. So if you go to that city walk, you end up here, and then you go. There's a sauna there, and characters I want to tell you about next, because all of a sudden trouble started knocking on these clansmen's doors. They started going in, and the thing is that because Ireland is a unified country, all these little mini clans, they start fighting one at a time, and sometimes the clans would win, sometimes they'd lose, sometimes they'd win, sometimes they'd lose, but as a general rule, they're losing their numbers, so it gets to a point where there's no clans men to fight left. The clans are there, the villages are there, but they just don't have the armies anymore. And it looks like it's for a complete loss. There's only 2 clans left. Those 2 murals are of Red Hugh O'Donnell and Hugh O'Neill up in Donegal and Tyrone. These lads have massive amounts of lands. And you know Donegal is a very sparse country now. In Donegal, have you guys been to Donegal yet?
Yeah.
Nice, you've been to Donegal?
Yeah.
What do you think of Donegal?
Beautiful.
And would you say there's a lot of people or not a lot of people there?
It's getting crowd now.
Yeah, you think so? Well,
It was quiet way back, like maybe 20 years ago, but not anymore.
Gotcha. Good to know.
Yeah.
I guess it's been a while since I've been there myself as well. But as a general thing, it's very that and Kerry are the two places you can be further away from another person in Ireland. Kind of the sparsest areas. But at this time, 1600s, it was highly populated. There was settlements all over the place. Oh, I'm going to point out something else, guys. The place does tickets for €4, okay? And they do tours as well. €3 for students and free. But if you don't want to pay that money and keep that change in your pocket for a chicken dinner roll, you can go down this grassy hill here, down the cliffs, and you can walk into that hole at low tide. The tide is still dropping, so you have loads of time. It leads to a massive chamber where longboats used to come in to deliver cargo. And I say, you see that cave there, and all these little open things. I say all of them are secret exits.
The secret exits.
There's one particularly on the left there that looks like it's bricked up. You probably have to get a pickaxe or something. But yeah, these two clans meant they realised, they seen how things were going. They knew. Now this fort didn't exist at that time. This fort was built in 1680, and the Battle of Kinsale was 1601. But when this fort was finished, it completely it guaranteed the strength and showed the security that the Anglo-Normans and later on the British Empire would have here. There's a story behind this place, a ghost story. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, ghosts, okay. Wait, which you prefer to hear, ghost story or Battle of Kinsale? Ghosts? Yeah, ghosts. Very good, very good. I'll get back to the Battle of Kinsale later. See this turret here? It has little windows.
Yeah.
Well, that was a watchout tower. And you see on the very top, up the very here, on the left hand side, that's the governor's residence. It's the only building that still has a roof and windows. It's also the oldest building there. Strange. And the story is that when fishermen are out here picking up lobster pots at night time and they look at the fort, every now and again they might see the luminous glow of a woman in a white dress walking along the battlements, pining for something. She's looking out. She goes towards that battalion there with the windows, and then she makes her way back up to the governor's residence. And there's been tons and tons of accounts over the years of it. And I'm going to tell you the fate of her story. In the 1700s, there was a governor here, and the governor's job was very important. He made sure the fort was being run well, and he had a daughter. The daughter was going to get married. Now, this marriage wasn't your typical arranged marriage of the time. This was one of love. She had to convince her father to allow her, because she loved him. He was a slightly lower class. He was an officer, still very popular. He allowed him because he realised that she could do it. They loved each other. And so, all of a sudden, preparations are getting made. What's your favourite food? Beef. They were making so much beef. There's loads of beef everywhere. And what's your favourite food? Chicken, and there was chicken and beef. And what's your favourite snack? Or sweet? Oh, there's a crisps everywhere. Sweet! That's your favourite sweet? Oh yeah, that's right, okay, yeah, that's in the brain.
Hash brown.
And what's your favourite sweet treat? I like that. There's tiramisu on all the tables everywhere, amongst all the crisps. And the chicken and the beef.
Yeah, chicken.
And the bakers are baking cakes, and there's drinks and celebrations and music and bunting around the town, and there's jovial energy. And later on, the couple, they go off to have a bit of private time to themselves, and they go to the fort. She's the daughter, she has access to the fort. So they're walking hand in hand, looking around, and the daughter, she looks down at the cliffs. There's some grass there, and there's these beautiful little pink flowers that still grow to this day on them. And she sees the pink flowers, she says, I'd love some of those flowers. And of course the husband says, my love, I'll do anything for you, no bother. Anything for you, I'll do it. I'm going to go down there. But that's a serious drop. He might break his leg if he goes down there. So he goes to one of the guards, a sentry. He goes to him, he says, hey man, you have the keys in your pocket, you know where the rope is, can you go get me the rope? And of course he says, man, I'd love to help you, but if I go off and get that rope, I'm going to get in serious trouble. I'm going to get hurt or something. So the husband comes up with a plan. He says, how about this? I'll take your cap and pretend to be you, and while you go off and get the rope. And I guess because there was like a good atmosphere, maybe the way he said it, he was in a good mood. For some reason the guard said, yes, that's a good idea, let's do that. No, any different, it'll be fine. So they say like this, make a deal. And yeah, they make a deal and they say, all right, let's go. And so the husband takes the cap, you know, he had the musket in his hand, and he's in that watchtower, the one in the corner there, just that one there. As time goes on, he's looking around, yep, no trouble here, no trouble here. And of course, he's had lots of drink and lots of food. Is that a good combination? It's a recipe for happiness and tiredness. He starts kicking up his feet a little bit. He's a bit more relaxed. Alright, no, nothing going on here. Yeah, no trouble here. He gets a bit more relaxed. Yeah, no trouble here. And he gets so comfortable, he starts falling asleep. Falling asleep. And all of a sudden, he's fast asleep. Yeah. No. Well, the worst person to come along comes along, the governor. And he's a strict disciplinarian. And he sees us, hey, wake up! Why are you doing sleeping on the job? Thinking that he's the guard. Wake up! And of course your man, he wakes up, he's a bit startled. And you see, the husband, he tries to keep his mouth shut because he knows he doesn't want to rat with his friend who's doing him a favour. And your man gets so angry, his teeth are grinding. He gets his flint and lock pistol out, he shoots him dead, bang! Later on when they put the body out, they realise, oh, that's my son-in-law. That's not good at all. Well, after that, when the daughter finds out, she's so heartbroken. As I said before, this was a marriage of love. She went to the top of that battlement over there, guys, and she jumped on the very right side, and she jumped off onto the cliff and took her life. After that, the governor as well also took his life out of grief about the whole thing. And so they say, to this day, when fishermen are out here, they might see the white lady walking on the battlements. That's the story.
For the
Yeah, there you go. Now, I'm always looking out for a fisherman, an old fisherman with a walking stick, and you know, he looks like he has deep set wrinkles from being at sea his whole life, and he smells of fish, and he has one tooth. But I haven't seen him yet. But if you guys do see him around town, why don't you give him a poke and say, how's it going? I'll buy you a pint. Can you tell us, do you have a first hand, second hand, third hand account, fourth hand account of the white lady? And if you do, and if you see me, come back to me and let me know, because then I'll tell it on this boat. I'll have a fifth hand account then. Behind me here, that's the opening. Right behind us, that's the opening to the ocean. Next up in that direction, Antarctica. Well, Spain, and then Africa, and then Antarctica. But there's a ship that lies out there, and I gave you a clue. You guys might know the name of it.
Titanic.
No, well, yeah, really far in that direction. Really far in that direction. There's Titanic. Yeah.
Oh,
I like it. I'll give you 5 points for that. That's actually good.
That's museum. What you call that?
Does anybody know the name of the ship? Hey, well done. What's your name, sir? Mark. Mark or Mike? Mark. Thank you. Sorry. Mark. Well done. 5 points. Lusitania. Can anybody else tell me any information about the Lusitania? Maybe Atania, some information. Okay. It sank? It sank?
Yeah, it sank.
Nice. It did sink?
Titania.
3 points? 2, 3, 5. 3 points, yeah, 3 points again. On the wall, 3 points. This ship. Oh, nice, go on. Wait, go on, say it there.
The Germans sunk it.
Say it again.
The Germans sunk the Lusitania.
Well done. Fair play. Very good. What's your name again? Porrig. Lovely to meet you. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. So, on the Lusitania, it's sunk, and it was sunk by the Germans. So, we have a nice picture here. I'm going to fill in the blanks now. She was a passenger ship. She looked just like the Titanic. 4 funnels, massive ship, the Lusitania. Wasn't necessarily a sister ship, but more or less very identical. And she was loading up passengers, civilians, in America, New York, and she was going to go to Liverpool. And on her passage, she was 11 miles off this headland, just on the home stretch. You know, she just got past the Atlantic, past all the icebergs. You know, no trouble yet. And then, just here, 11 miles off this headland, in very shallow water, she was struck by a torpedo.
Eh?
And then there was a second explosion, and then she went down. To give you an idea, the Titanic took 3.5 hours to sink. The Lusitania took 24 minutes. They didn't have a chance to get their life jackets or their emergency pints. Nothing. of the 1,900 on board, 1,200 died. And it was in all the newspapers. America at the time, because it was American civilians and English civilians, when it sank, it was a mass tragedy because it was in neutral waters around Ireland. It was a passenger ship full of civilians, so it was a real war crime. It's in all the newspapers, and actually it was this that then led the Americans to join the Allies, and so then history made itself because they were on the fence beforehand. And so there was loads of conspiracies on why they do this, because it was not very advantageous for the Germans to do this. And the reason, well, there was lots of conspiracies. Recently, they did a dive in the wreck. You know what they found inside the wreck? What you watching?
Venus. My papa knew. Guinness.
Good thing it's in Italian. You know what they found inside the wreck?
Guinness.
Guns,
Oh.
and munitions, and
That's
weapons.
why it's exploding.
Because the Americans were actually trying to supply and aid the British, then the Allies, but they didn't want to go to war. But then this actually coincides with the time that the wireless radio was invented. So the Germans must have been able, spies must have saw them in America, seen the guns being loaded up, and radio up, and then go get them. That's what happened. History made itself. There's 3 of the bodies are buried in St. Malta's Church. It's definitely worth having a look at. It's a really cool church as well. It has a mausoleum at the back. And that's beside the Tap Tavern and the Cozy Cafe, which are 2 really good spots. This here on our left, guys, that's the
look at
Dock
the
Beach. Great spot.
What's the dog beach?
It looks like there's some sort of event going on there. Everyone's gathering around something. So definitely, I'll be showing you how to get there now in a minute when we come along the headland. And you see to your right, the Dock Beach is one of the only beaches in Kinsale, bar this beach. If you look to the right of the Dock Beach, it's going to be in line with the rowing man now in a second. Fair play to him, he's flying. There's the secret beach right there. Hup, how's it going? Fair play. Hup.
The dog beach place.
There's the secret beach. And see, the only way to get to the secret beach is a secret.
Is it good?
tell you.
Nobody knows.
All the best, thank you. No, I'll not tell you. Well, this thing is that even though I'm going to tell you, you still have to earn it to find it. Because you go to the top of this hill, you'll find a dirt path, you go down the dirt path, you'll find the bush, you open the bush, and then you'll find a rope, and you go down the rope. That's how
Is
you
that
get
the rope
down
there?
to
Look,
the secret
that's
beach.
the rope there.
So I challenge you to try getting down into the secret beach.
That's the rope there. Look.
Yeah.
You can go down, but you cannot get up again.
You can. Wait, I'm going to take a wee little break, guys. Thanks very much. I'm really enjoying it, you guys. So far, I think we have 10 points, I think, roughly 10, 15. Oh, how many? 25. You could get me. I think you guys got 10 as well. 11. Oh, yes, 11. Oh, then you must be on, yeah, and you have the 3, so you must be 10. 13, you're on 13, 11, 5, oh really?
Dog beach, we should ask
sorry.
that to go to the dog beach.
Okay, we'll have more
Then you
chances.
can swim again.
And you guys, you gotta make Italy proud. You gotta, nice chocolate bar. Okay, thanks very much guys, see you in a bit, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Look at the house. The house is a hanging house, look. We're back again to Kinsale.
And what year did it happen in? Hey! Okay, go on. Here's someone else say. Do you guys say it as well? Alright, 555. And actually more than 10, 10, 10. Because I've got to remember those numbers. Because once you know them. Okay. And did I ask you? Well, I will say it for those downstairs. It's actually very cool. Will you say it again? Any other facts? Anything?
That's a bridge.
Well, okay. So I'm going to finish off the story of the Battle of Kinsale, and as well, once again, I'm going to make pipe yous in at any point, so you're ready to be on your toes. So, as I was talking about, there's only two clans left in Ireland: the great clan of Red Hugh O'Donnell and Hugh O'Neill. They're in the very north of Ireland. They're the only clans that still had armies, because they were all getting chopped down. And these guys, they said, look, if we don't unify, we're snookered. We're going to be goosed. So they did this. They said they would have been rivals at the time. They would have fought each other many a time. But they said, they put their differences aside. They said, we need to unify. And I said, we'll be unified. Oh! Oh! Woo! Thank you. And we unified. The great clan of O'Neill and the great clan of O'Donnell came together. And you know what? They started doing really well, because they had thousands of soldiers at their disposal. Clansmen, they had big territories. They had some of the biggest territories. They started winning castle after castle, fort after fort, territory after territory, and they were completely pushing back the Anglo-Normans until it got to a point where they said, next stop, the Pale, which is where?
Kinsale.
Well done. Well done. Do you know where the name Pale comes from? So, yeah, it'll be a bit gruesome now. But do you ever hear the word impaled?
Oh, impale.
Well, you impale someone with a pail, and a pail is basically a big sharp stick. So, around Dublin they had loads of these big sharp sticks going around. Now, so next stop, the Pale, Dublin. But they knew this battle was too big, so they contacted their amigos. I'm just a bit curious. Do you guys know, is there a relation between the Italians and the Spanish? It's not ancestry. It's not like a genealogy thing where you branched off at some point. No, okay. There's no connection.
They are correlated in the south of Italy.
Okay. On the Mediterranean. I got you. And then the North Italians, where'd they come from?
They were like from Vienna or like Germany.
Very good. And how did they get so tanned? I don't know. I guess.
You mean the south Italian or the north Italian?
Are North Italians not tanned? Like, I feel like yourself, you're very, very tanned. You know. Anyway, I was just curious because I was hoping to tie us in, because the Spanish and the Italians were, the Spanish basically were our amigos, because they came to help us. See, what happened was, the clansmen, they knew they couldn't do this battle on their own, so they contacted the Spanish, which have no relation to the Italians at all. And they said to them, how about this? Come with estas, and how about this? You guys are Catholics, we're Catholics. You guys are at war with the Anglo-Normans, we're at war with the Anglo-Normans. How about we join forces and we'll have the win? Now the deal actually was, if they were to successfully help us, Ireland would become a colony of Spain, and I'd be speaking Spanish. And on top of that, there'd be tapas in the bar, and the beers might be €3. Or yeah. So, you know, take your pick.
Look, is that the hotel?
But history was what it was, because what happened was, I want to paint a picture for you guys for this. Imagine this: thousands and thousands of Irish clansmen, the very last of them, all gathered and unified under the banner of O'Donnell and O'Neill, and they're marching down from north to south in the dead of winter, while at the same time a massive armada is coming across the Bay of Biscay at the same time, and they're both converging here at Kinsale. This is where the rendezvous point is, which then they would then march to Dublin. But of course, the Irish got there first. How's it going? Hey! Is that the max speed? True. No, he's being good. And so the Irish clansmen, they waded upriver. They're going to do what the Irish do best. They're going to sneak, guerrilla warfare, sneak up and attack. But unfortunately, in the middle of the night while they were sleeping, a young boy spotted them, went back to the Anglo-Normans, and they sent in a cavalry charge. Does anybody know what a cavalry charge is?
No.
Horses! Everyone knows that after a minute. But you know, I'll give it to you guys again. 5, you're doing very well. 5, 5, and 5. I think this guy might. I think you two are kind of in the competition here. Like, you guys have to give him a bit of a challenge. Look at this beautiful ship, guys. Beautiful. Can anybody read the name?
Of Lord.
Yes. Maybe next time. That's called a ketch when it has two, and it's a gaff rigged ketch, an old type of sailing boat. But anyway, to finish off the story, the clansmen all got killed in their sleep. They didn't even get out of bed. All this momentum, all this progress, they were a hairs away from some success. They were wiped out. But you know, that didn't stop the Spanish, because they didn't know. So they came into this bay, and you know what? The Spanish won! Hey!
Spanish
They
won.
won! For 3 days, they were the victors of
World Cup.
Kinsale. But after 3 days, they're waiting for their
Spanish-
Irish
Spain
reinforcements.
win the World
They never
Cup.
came, they were dead, they were gone.
Oh,
So after
jeez.
that, they had to leave. And then, this is why it's so important to remember, guys, because they were, at this point then, there was no Irishmen to fight. And so, they had a whole generation for the young ones, by the time they grew up, to make their castles and forts. And it's very sad to say, but it's a good way to remember that this battle of 1601, every battle from this point onwards was no longer warfare but rebellion in Ireland. That's the story.
Oh.
Now on a brighter note, I'd like to say something about, on a brighter note, which is this. I think the Irish culture has never been better in Ireland. There's people speaking Irish now. I've no doubt, I think in the future, most Irish young people are going to be able to speak in the Irish language. Ta Gaeilge gum,
Good on
Amol
my
piece of Gaeilge gut, piece of yolk. Yeah, Poco. Piece of yolk is Poco. So I want to teach you a few little words for while you go around. So the word for goodbye is slán. Slán. Nice,
Sancho
nice,
is-
very good. Okay, and
Sana wala.
then it's slán awalya, mahu, very good. and easy to remember. If you want to put your pint to someone else's pint and say, you know, best of luck, fair play to you, I love you, you say sláinte. That means cheers. So, and I think that's good. And then the most important one. If you ever go to a country, you should always learn this word. Gurav Mahagut. It means thank you. You should always learn thank you in every language. Go Rev Mahagut. It means I hope goodness comes upon you. Gurav Mahagut. Onawa. Well done. Can I hear you guys say it? Oh, Onawa. Well, Gurav Mahagut, guys, and Slán. Thank you very much. Alright, now get off.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye. So, how do you like the boat cruise? Good?
Good.
Be careful, yeah?